welcome back to the show.
Hey.
Welcome to the Ratchet and the Righteous show. I'm your host, Rockin' Robin.
And I'm Candace Monique.
And we have a lot to get into. It's too much going on. So we got a lot to get into this episode. But first, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. And follow us on social media at Face to Face and
Candace.Monique. Candace with an I. Monique.
And so, first of all, let's just, before we get into all the juiciness that's going on, let's talk just what we've been up to. So, y'all, I went to see the Travis Scott Astro World concert Thursday, and it was so bomb. Do you hear me? So, I felt, me and Nikki went, so I felt some kind of way. So, this was my, what was this? My gift, my Valentine's Day gift for my son. So I thought that was super sweet. He bought me a ticket to go see, because he know I wanted to go see Travis, because I'm a big Travis fan. But he had roller coasters and all these like blow up things. It was like so much going on. Like I was like, I know he had to spend millions on this setup, because it was just so much going on. And he just was showing so much love to his fans. I thought that was super cool. Like, he was letting them come on stage. He was giving a mic to let them sing. Like, they were taking turns getting on this roller coaster. It was like
the fans?
The fans. But I'm sure they paid for it. Like,
That's what's up.
I know this was something extra. And the ones that was on the floor, you know, them tickets is like $300, $400. And I mean, he really gave them their money's worth. Like,
they had experience.
Yes, like they were taking turns riding this roller coaster. So his special effects was bomb. I was impressed just to see his interaction with the fans. So I feel like that was really a big deal. But I was feeling all out of place. Me and Nikki was like, this is just all kids.
Yeah.
And we was like, oh my goodness, look at us in here with all these kids. But it was fun. I would go again. If he's still on tour in other cities, go. It's well worth the money. So go. Him and what's his name? Check West. I don't know. That one I didn't know,
because I don't even listen to Travis Scott. So,
but it was good. So that's what I did for. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I had going on.
So in celebration for Black History Month every year, my church partnerships with U.S. Customs Border and Protection, and they bring someone to kind of minister and talk to our youth for the city of Indianapolis. So we've had Kirk Franklin, we've had Common, we've had a lot of people. So this year we had Amanda Seals, and it was the bomb. So she normally, what the speakers do is they normally have a not necessarily a speech, but they talk to the children. Well, this year Amanda Seals said that's not her style. She would rather have a Q&A. And so my sister, she is an employee of U.S. Customs Border and Protection, but she's also a member of our church. So with her being the age she is, they felt that she would be a good facilitator for the Q&A. And her and Amanda, like the way that they gelled before she spoke, you could tell Amanda was a little bit uptight. She didn't, not necessarily uptight, but she had to get warmed up and get comfortable. Because it's totally different with the type of personality that she is to have to speak in a church to kids, because you know she's very controversial. She doesn't have to watch what she says on her social media outlet and other platforms.
Did she say she don't do like church? Does she? Okay.
She did, and somebody did tell me that
she normally
No, somebody told me she believes in a higher being. But I definitely did not see that when she was with us, because she was all into it. So yeah, whatever that means. Right. And I've never heard her speak that. But she did the Q&A, and you can tell towards the end of the Q&A she warmed up, she engaged with the audience, but she was so dope. She talked about individuality, accepting who you are, but also making your brother and your sister to the side of you your business. She was like, we are in a culture now where we don't want to worry about each other. We're just like, that ain't my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And she said that's why we are failing as a people, because we're not looking out for each other. And I totally agree with that, because you can look at other races, and I'm going to say Hispanics, Mexicans, whichever respective way they like to be addressed. they look out for one another,
Yeah.
and they make sure that neither one of them is going to fail. And then also
And
the
Caucasians,
Indians, Caucasians do it
they
to a
look out
certain
for each
extent.
other.
They do it to a certain extent as well, but I feel like our race, we're crabs in a barrel, and we do not like to see each other succeed. Not all of us, but for the most part, some of us don't like to see each other succeed, or we feel like we deserve it too, and so we can't praise others for being at certain levels. And she just said we need to get away from that. We need to make each other our business. We need to, basically, I don't like this word, but she used it and I got it. But hating. We need to quit hating on each other and having so much hate for each other. So she was definitely dope. And I saw that she posted on her social media Insta story later that day that Indiana was warm, it was welcoming, and she did not think that it was that many of us here.
Really? I bet.
She said she said we were warm. She said we were the bomb. We were down. And she said that she was so glad that Indianapolis was where she kicked off her tour.
Okay.
And she was very excited, and she definitely said she would be back.
Okay.
Low key, I was trying to be her friend because I wanted to get Charlamagne's information. I wanted to
right.
Well, I didn't even get to ask her, but we got to
Right.
take some photo ops, and it was just really, really fun.
Right.
So
what was it? What did you learn new from her that you didn't know? Was something new about her you learned?
yes, okay, so at first I thought she was from the East Coast. She is from California.
Yeah.
She was born in California. She spent the majority of her childhood in Florida. That's where she went to school. But she went to school with her degree as a concentration in hip hop, and I didn't even know that you could do that. And so
I thought it was some type of African American.
It is that too, but her
Okay.
concentration of her degree is hip hop, and I never knew that you could do something like that. And another thing I stand corrected on is I thought her mother was Caucasian. Her mother is West Indian. I did not know that, and so that was good to know. I also, for her to be so successful now in her life, she said, a lot of people said, well, did you think that your degree would work when that's the degree you chose? And she was like, no. She said, but it's working now. So she basically took a leap out on faith. So
that's maybe what she was interested in.
Everything that she planned to do is almost by coincidence or accident. And so that, I learned that from her. I did not know that. I did not know. I would say I thought she was more of a comedian, and she spoke out on the issues that affected her. But she does have a title of activist, and I never want to put that on her. But after being in her presence, she is, because she is very passionate about the things that we go through as a people, that we go through as women, not necessarily just black women, but that is her main. But as black women, as women in general, and I respected that from her. It was just very different, because sometimes I feel like she can come off as being a basher, but after being in her presence, I did not get that. And that lets you know the power of social media. It can make you feel some way about a person you've never even met before, but once you grace with their presence, you see a totally different side. So that was fine.
She got a new comedy special too on HBO.
She spoke about that too.
Yeah.
So
because I've been following her for a while. I like Amanda Seales. I like, just her energy. She's young. She's educated. She's unapologetically black.
She is.
She's just super smart. So it's hard to have an argument with her because she know her facts, and she's a smart
and
lady.
that is one thing she said. She said there is a difference in arguing and something else. But she was talking about whenever she brings up a topic, she makes sure that she has her facts straight.
Right. And I watched a lot of her interviews on the Breakfast Club, and she it seems like she's been working hard for a long time. Things are starting to manifest for her.
And she's the second black woman to have a special on HBO.
Okay. And then it seemed like she's been doing a lot of work, and nobody really got her or where she would fit in at. So I'm just really happy for her. And
she said her parents didn't even get her at first, and she said her friends didn't get her. So she talked to kids about that, too. So
so I like Amanda Seales. So y'all follow her, and so glad that she came to Indianapolis.
And next up, Angela Rye, Felicia Rashad. I can't wait to see Felicia Rashad for some reason. I'm just mesmerized and intrigued.
Yeah, that's wisdom too. So, and just to see I mean, that's just a lot of questions to ask her as far as what she done seen from where she started, where she's at now. So yeah, so we'll keep you guys posted. And maybe in the link we'll give you information to if you guys are interested in seeing Angela Rye and Miss Felicia Rashad when she comes here in the city. So that we get those type of people to even come here in our city and have the opportunity to meet them. And
it's great because we feel like we're getting honored with their presence, but like Amanda said, she was actually blessed by us, so that's good too.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep y'all posted. So for the rest of this month, and I know we just got a few months left here in February, but a few days left in February. But the Art and Soul kickoff celebration is downtown at the Arts Garden. They be having a lot of stuff going on in the Arts Garden inside the Circle Center Mall.
But they do recently.
Yeah, they be having a lot of stuff going on. So if you guys can catch any of the events, they are at like 12:15. So this is to acknowledge African American art and artists here in Indy. So that's going on for the remainder of February in honor of Black History Month. And also in Indy news, so these dreadful craters that we have.
What did we talk about this last year?
Yes,
that's sad.
And they are worse.
Okay, so the pothole situation. Not to cut you off.
No.
This is my thing. So since we talked about this last year, my thing is, did they even use products that were up to par? Like,
I always say that.
They must have used the cheap stuff to do it, or it was a rush job, or we would not be as bad out, because our winter was not that bad. We had cold temperatures, but nothing on the ground to where it could damage our city. And I went out of town this week, and so on the way coming home from Chicago, we're listening to the directions,
right?
And
what it say, pothole away,
yes,
pothole away. That's how my
warning us about potholes, and I never knew that it even did that. So for us to even need a technology of that, that lets you know that it's a problem. That's a problem.
Yes. So the potholes, or I don't even want to call them potholes because they like craters in our roads, but Hoax has it's supposed to be $126 million budget that they have on the transportation infrastructure, and in 2019, and more than $100 million over the 4 years is paid for to get these potholes together. But it's so many potholes that the city isn't able to do them all, so they've been having to hire contractors.
Go ahead and do that then.
So I seen some of them on the road, so I'm like, dang, who would ever think to have that type of business?
Well, you better get one now.
I know, y'all better get it together. Don't be jacking them tax checks.
Wisconsin.
Get you a business.
Yep. But you know what, Robin? You just thought of a good thing. Like, everybody's waiting on these tax checks.
Hey, y'all better plan.
Investing in my own business has been the most rewarding thing ever. And even with my business, with my brand ambassador business versus my very own business with Candy Paints, a half of a tax check is enough to get started. You don't have to use your whole tax check, but just a half. I mean, my businesses have helped me pay bills and get bills off of disconnect notice. They have helped me pay rent when I didn't know where my rent was going to come from. It was even helped to as little as filling up my gas tank when I only had 20 miles left. So you just, a business can not only be something that, you know, I just want a piece of my own, I want to do something for myself. It can actually help you live life a little bit more, more better than what you've been living in. So I definitely agree with that. Take like 100 or 200 of your income tax check and invest in yourself. So I don't think you will regret it.
So they've been having to hire subcontractors to do the potholes because it's so many. But I don't like the fact that they're like packing them. I'd rather them, which I'm sure I'd rather just redo the road, because the packing, you still like blah, 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 blah. You still wobbling, you know, so it's just bad. It's just really bad. But I guess as Hoosiers, we just have to be patient and try to avoid them as much as possible. But you know what? When I get out at night, I don't even like driving at nighttime because I can't see the potholes. And I be having to drive with my brights on. So that be me, y'all. If you see some brights, it's me. but I have to keep my brights on and just swerving. It's ridiculous. So just try to be patient. And I mean, people have like tearing their cars up, from these potholes. So.
And have grace for each other on the roads, because we're all trying to swerve around them. So just pay attention to the person in front of you and on the side of you. Be gracious, because I've seen a lot of people honking their horns at people, telling them to hurry up and go. There's a reason that we're slowing down. We don't want to mess up our vehicles, and we don't want to mess up anybody else's. So have grace for your people on the road too. So
yes. So, and moving along, so guys, in politics, so this is just a snippet of what's going on here in Indiana. So we did just get a law passed for a hate crime law, because we were 1 out of 5 states that did not have a hate crime law. Wow. So just kind of pay attention to that, because it's really basic. The law is super basic, like and it kind of seemed like they just kind of threw something together real quick to kind of like shut people up. So it like doesn't have anything like, it's not, I don't know, it's just super basic. So just pay attention to that. So they did pass a hate crime law. Yeah, I'm getting all tongue tied here, but so yeah. So that's what's going on. Let me see what else I got going on. And so in sports, and this is just breaking news for today. So Patriots owner Robert Kraft has been charged with 2 counts of soliciting prostitution at a Florida massage parlor. So y'all be careful in them massage parlors. I said that sound like it's probably a nail salon.
But they got something going on in the back.
I know, that's what I said. They talking about massage parlor. I said that's probably a nail salon that happened in, but y'all be careful in there. But okay guys, so just condolences to T.I. and the death of his sister Precious Harris, and she was 66, and she passed away yesterday from a car accident. And I think she had been in the hospital for...
Yeah, late last year she was in intensive care. I don't think they ever said why. She battled asthma
last year. What you mean?
Like November.
What was she in the hospital for?
I see. They never said why, which they shouldn't. But she did battle bad asthma.
Okay.
But that I did see that her daughter mentioned that she had been in ICU in November of last year, but she had came through fine. It's been like a lot of outlets that are saying what they think happened, but I saw on one media outlet they said that
whether it was more to it than
no, nothing bad. It was a car accident, but that she either had an asthma attack during it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it made the accident, of course, worse. And then she was put into a coma and on life support, and they took her off life support yesterday, and she passed away.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
Bless that family.
I know, right?
Because I mean, watching their shows,
you feel like you're connected to them,
but you see that she was a staple for that family.
Right.
She helped them with those kids.
Right.
You know, her and T.I. had, even though their age difference, they had a really good relationship. And I used to see her in people's comments riding for her brother.
Yep.
So and I pray for Kamaya, because I don't have a daughter, so I don't have the mother-daughter connection, but I do have the daughter-mother relationship with my mom, and I could not imagine. And Kamaya, I think, only had to share her mom with a brother, so that's a little bit different. I have to share my mother with 2 other girls, so it's a powerful relationship, but we share. Kamaya had her mother all to herself, and so that's a different type of loss that I'm sure she's feeling. And just watching Kamaya on her social media outlets, she wasn't into all that fame and stuff. You know, T.I., will give it to him. Him and his family seem to live a relatable life. They still have that fame or whatever and access to things that we don't.
Education comes first.
Yeah, but they're very normal.
Being respectful. Yeah. They children seem like they super respectful to adults and stuff. So I know it do make it seem like you got a connection with them, because we've been watching they show for so long.
And Precious has been there.
So just continue to pray for their family, and that they continue on her legacy and continue to pass on the morals and integrity that she's probably put in them, that they would pass that on to their family. So just keep their family in prayer.
Yeah.
So so now moving on to the mess, the ratchetness. Do y'all hear me? So R. Kelly has so he turned himself in to Chicago police after being charged with 10 counts of sexual abuse in Chicago. So it's 4 victims. 3 of them were underage, I guess, at the time of these allegations. I guess at the time of this abuse that went on. But the ages range from 13 to 16. And also they supposed to have this sex tape there where someone's age is said on the tape. But I don't know. So he turned himself in this morning. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. He then turned himself in. And this is like a long time coming. Like just after, because we never talked about the what was the series called that they just did? Surviving R. Kelly.
Oh, on Lifetime.
Yeah. So I guess just it was a lot of events that, you know, over 20 years, more than 20 years, you know, of these allegations, and he's, you know, this is not new news to us. I don't know. I'm just,
why did it? The only question I have, and I'm not expecting the answer, but why did it take years, 20 years, and a documentary on Lifetime
for them to charge him?
Mm-hmm. Why did it take that? I'm just saying, you know. And honestly, I don't even think anything's gonna come of it. I think
he seemed like he walked in there so arrogant. Like,
why does he have to be worried when
how much is his mind?
Why should he be worried when the people who we are saying are victims are saying that they're not? It's nothing to charge when the people are saying that they were not there against their will. It's nothing to say. So
yeah.
I mean,
it just doesn't sound authentic when it's been going on for so long and it's kind of been swept under the rug. Then after they do this docu-series or whatever, then it's like scraping together something to arrest them. You know what I mean? Like that the stuff that they put together to arrest them now, it's like, is it true?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because it's probably true, but it's ancient news.
Do you think it's gonna? This is another thing. Is it gonna hold up in court? Is it, you know, is this something that's happened 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or 20 years ago? You know. So I don't know. You know, if my opinion about it is hard, and I know we talked about this, and people, you know, just within the black community, us just talking about it, it's kind of tough because it's like we such fans of R. Kelly, but we know that Robert is a dark side. You know, clearly it's where there's smoke is fire. So, and I don't know. Like I said, if it's, I'm just kind of torn. But for the victims, you know, if it's true, you know, then if it's true and you experience something like that, you know, then my heart goes out to you. But I don't know.
I don't know.
we don't
we'll
know.
We'll see what happens.
Because it's like we watched it before our eyes and nobody's done nothing about it, and he's gotten away with it for so long, and it's like in plain sight, and
it is what it is. I just want to wait and see what happens.
I know, and that's just kind of how, and even going on to the Jussie Smollett, we're going to talk about him. You know, we see these charges, but they are innocent until proven guilty. You know what I mean? And we kind of like throw people away as soon as they arrest and get charges. No, this is why we have the judicial system. Like, that needs to be, you know, facts have to come out and charges have to stick, you know. So Jussie. So Jussie Smollett has been released from jail because he was arrested, and he made bail on felony disorderly conduct charges for allegedly filing a false police report claiming he was a victim of a hate crime attack in Chicago. And also this letter, so a threatening letter was sent to the studio and like some type of white substance in it, and a letter containing homophobic language, which later to find out that the white powder was like Tylenol or something, like some type of medicine substance. So if they find out that he did that, then that'll be another charge on him. But he did post bond, so he is out of jail. We haven't heard a statement from him, but
he's probably been told not to say anything.
Yeah, now after he went on TV and said these horrible things. But I'm really I just want to hear what he has to say. Like, why did he do it? Why did he say that? Or what was the?
I don't know.
Because I'm not like, oh my goodness, forget him.
I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, I'm not, because people lie every day. And
but he did take lying to a whole nother level. Like,
he
planned
together
a whole storyline. Like, that's some type of stuff that would be happening on the show Empire as a scene. Like, everything he planned could be on TV. But I want to know why. Like, is it attention? Is it something going on mentally? But and I understand we're in the generation where we're blaming all of it on, is there something wrong with him? Is he okay mentally? Mm-hmm. But it's a reason. Like, in my profession, of my full time, I have to find the root cause analysis of why certain things are happening in the system. So I've applied that to my real life.
She's I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
No, but for real, because nobody's ever gonna figure out why he did this, or we need to know why.
Right.
We need to know why. It's something going on for him to orchestrate something like that.
And then go on TV.
And involve other people. Then go on. But he is an actor. He was able to go on TV and cry.
He's a good one.
I don't know.
He's a good one.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. I want to hear what he has to say about it, knowing that he done got caught. What do you say when you and that's an analysis. I just said that he got caught. Like, how many times that's why don't be so quick to throw him away and like bash him, because he just got caught. And we do stuff all the time, whether past, present, whatever. We done got lies and whatever, and he just happened to get caught, so I just want to hear what he has to say about it. Yeah, I just want to know what his reason was behind it. You got other people involved. They were let out. They were paid too. So I don't know. I was discussing this with my mother. I feel like they may need to
serve something too.
Yes, like get
just
a charge
like
too, because
just like the people
y'all was a part of it.
Kelly,
Yeah.
He didn't do all that by himself.
Yeah, like y'all went along with it regardless if he paid y'all or not. Y'all knew what the plan was. Y'all stuck to it. Y'all got paid. I feel like y'all need to be held on some type of charges too, if he is.
I agree.
So we Jussie. Oh no! I just want to hear what the reasoning behind it. If we even hear anything, he might not say nothing and just.
I wouldn't say anything.
He might just handle his legal matters behind closed doors and just move on. But he will not be on the last 2 episodes of the season for Empire. They did cut his part on that, so.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll be watching.
But I will be. His character on Empire was getting drowned out. Anyway.
Oh, really? See, I haven't been watching it.
He's in the I don't know. It just seems like he's now not it just seems like he's ostracized. Not ostracized, because that's too much of a drastic word. But he just doesn't seem like he's a part of the Empire or the family anymore. It just seems weird.
So maybe he was acting out.
Well,
maybe that was his way.
He had went to Paris or somewhere, got this boyfriend, came back.
In the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that he's there, he's involved. But then Cookie and her husband too were kind of closed off because they're broke now. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe everybody about to get put on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Empire's not like it used to be.
Yeah, maybe it's about to come to an end, and Jussie just acting out because. We can see Taraji done had movies and stuff outside of Empire.
She has.
But I don't know what she got going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he just acting out because role was about to end. Contracts was coming to an end, and maybe he just acting out and wanted some attention.
That's what they're saying. So
yeah, well, if that's the case, Jussie need to grow up. But anyway. So Gucci apologizes for its offensive blackface sweater following backlash, and so has Prada with their blackface cartoon character, which is super odd because y'all Prada is known for their clothing line. So to have these caricatures that you got, like, what? And Black History Month, let's start about that. Black History Month with all this blackface sweaters, coats, little caricatures. What is going on with that? What?
I mean,
what?
it's a lot. But I still am carrying my Gucci bag that's sitting over there. I mean, I don't know. I might not be the right person to speak on this because
okay, so
I pick and choose my
saying,
battles. I pick and choose my battles, and I feel this
boycott
way.
them. Like, we don't boycott stuff enough. So
boycott them. But if you're gonna boycott them, boycott everybody else and be in a corner in fetal position, butt naked, because half of the things that we wear as Black people, African Americans, whatever you want to be called, they were not created by our people.
Right.
They were not created for us.
But they haven't put out blackface.
So that's my question. It's a difference if someone says something about you behind your back versus to your face, versus being blatantly disrespectful. I respect the person who shows me in my face versus the person who hides their hands behind their back.
I'm like, why would
I mean, it's just, it's personal preference, because I'm not going to stop carrying my Gucci bag. I'm not going to stop carrying my Louis bag. And I heard that Louis is the one who clothed Hitler's army. They are the ones who designed the apparel. I'm not going to stop carrying my Louis. I mean, it's been a whole lot of things. I think that even MAC Makeup has had some issues before. So
really?
Is everybody? I mean, I'm just saying, you're gonna have to pick and choose your battles. I mean, if you watch the special on with Killer Mike,
yeah,
he couldn't even live. He couldn't even function a full 24 hours because he didn't want to tap into anything that was not created by Black people. He struggled for 24 hours. He almost didn't get to eat for a whole 24 hours because he was
trying to find something Black owned. I know.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily Black owned.
Mm-hmm.
You can own a Black restaurant, but get your food from a white people. So he was trying to find someone who grew their own food, like from the bottom, not just they are Black owned. Because even Black owned companies get their product from. Yeah, I mean. If this is my thing, this is my thing with boycotts, and a lot of people have side-eyed me because I said I'm not participating in your flaky boycotts, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we pick and choose what we want to boycott. When Martin Luther King and them boycotted, they boycotted and they stood together. Everybody was together. I'm not from that time. We don't stand together. We don't support one another. We boycott as a fad. We boycott because T.I. says boycott. Why are you really boycotting? So until we have some seriousness to the things that we do, no, I'm not a part
taking
of
it serious.
Yeah, I'm not a part of it. That's my personal preference. Like, I see people who sit for the national anthem. I see that. That's your choice. I'm going to stand. No, I'm not going to sing the words, but I'm still going to show reverence to the country that I live in. It's just certain things that I decide not to do that others might do, and vice versa. And I'm not going to judge anybody for that. That's their personal preference. But my thing is, do you know why you're doing it? Are you going to do it for everything? Not just not carrying a Gucci bag, but are you going to still wear Tommy Hilfiger?
Right.
Are you still gonna do that? I mean, some people still wear it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do it,
Zendaya just partnered with him and did a clothing line. Yeah, so
I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, until we get it right within our own, I'm not about to be. I don't know. It just seems like we can band together for stuff like that, but we can't band together to stop killing each other. We can't band together to stop disrespecting each other. We can't band together to make each other better. But when they disrespect us, we need to boycott. I don't know. That's why
it's all about unity. It's all about unity. That's it right there. And that's just the bottom line. You know, if we gonna come together as a people, like you said, what Martin King and them was doing. if we wasn't riding the buses, wasn't nobody getting on the
Exactly.
buses, you know. But
times are different.
Times are different, and it's all about unity at the end of the day. And I always say that that's just like my hope for my people is that we would come together. Like I feel like we wanted to integrate, and I've even talked to my elders, and they said they believe sometimes they think that was the worst thing that we did
was integrate.
You know
what, Robin? That's something to think about.
That was the worst thing that we did, and we should have continued to build together and stay together instead of trying to integrate. So that's just my hope for my people is that we, and that's nothing against nobody, no other race. That's just my hope for my people is that we unify, so we can build together, you know. And like I said, that's not no shun on no other race, you know. I'm just pro-black, and I just, you know, that's my hope for my people. But so, yeah, so moving along, y'all.
I'm pro-black, but if y'all ain't acting right, I'm gonna be pro whoever's pro-Candace. Sorry.
What you say? Because you know we like,
cause y'all flaky. Like Charlamagne said. Charlamagne said I can't stand this. I can't, and I'm with him because I'm pro-black. But when y'all piss me off, I'm gonna be pro whoever's doing what I need them to do because y'all ain't right either. So
Chris Rock said it's a difference between black folks and niggas.
It is. It's a big difference.
But okay, so movies and music. So all I'm gonna say about music is Ace Hood got a new
do we? It ain't
out yet.
Kalani does, and it's the bomb.
Oh really?
Kalani
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Yeah, she does.
So Ace Hood got an
I
album.
love Ace Hood.
He got an album that'll be dropping soon, and so does Bruno Mars. So I'm kind of excited.
Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they gonna do together, which I think is super cool that she came back around. You know what I'm saying? That she doubled back around to do whatever they was gonna do together and didn't leave them hanging. You know, when she had the baby and stuff. So movies that I'm looking forward to see, I just see that Ryan Coogler, and this is the director from Black Panther, that he is going to be doing a movie on Fred Hampton. And this will be starring Daniel Kaluuya. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but it's the guy who had the lead role in Get Out.
Oh, okay.
And he's really good. I think he's a really good actor. So he will be starring in the movie, and Lakeith Stanfield. And Lakeith plays in one of my favorite TV series, and I can't wait for season 3 to come on ATL. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that movie about Huey P. Newton.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. So, and for those of you who don't know, your Black History fact about Fred Hampton, he is a African American activist and revolutionary, and he was the chairman of the Black Panther Party in Chicago's Black Panther Party. So, okay, so tell us about, so Candace went to go see, I want you to tell about, but you went to go see,
I went to go see Sarah Jakes.
Okay.
So wait a minute, somebody asked me how it went, and y'all,
Sarah Jakes is T.D. Jakes' daughter. Okay.
And her husband is, Roberts, Toure Roberts. He's a minister.
Okay.
He started on the East Coast, in California. He had one church in LA. So anyway, so I went to go see Sarah Jakes. I had saw Sarah Jakes probably like about 5 years ago. And she didn't have she had a platform, but she didn't have, I guess now what's come with her is fame, a little notoriety. She's a little bit famous. So when I saw her 5 years ago, she didn't have that. So now she has that. And nothing has changed about her. She's still the same homegirl, and talking about her makes me full because she is so bomb. But I related to her, it was back on the Twitter days. Like I said, it was 5 years ago. And
so has she just always kind of been popping because of her dad?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So this is how she was popping to me, and I think that this is why she relates, as I've discussed, why she's the way that she is. So she's preacher's kid, I can relate, and she had her first child when she was 13. She then married a NFL player, and that's when I started following her on Twitter. So she's in this relationship with this NFL player. She already has a son.
Was she young when she got with him?
Yeah, I think she was in her 20s because she's younger than me.
But that wasn't who she had her, the 13.
No, that's not who she had her 13-year-old by. But she married this NFL player, and you can assume what comes with being an NFL wife. And she had this big lavish wedding. It was in Ebony magazine, and I was just like, oh my God, I love her. She's a PK like me, blah, 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 blah. And then turmoil hit. He was cheating, and she went through this divorce with him. It wasn't a good divorce. And at that time, I was also separating, getting ready to go through my divorce. And so the things that she would tweet, I'm like, oh my God, I could relate to her.
Right.
Then she knew the lifestyle that I had because she was also a PK. And I just liked her transparency. She wasn't afraid to talk about who she was. She just owned everything that she did. And so she was on her personal quest to find self-care and love. And that's the same thing that I was going through at that point in time. And then she fell in love with Torre. And it just was like, you could tell he was just a man from God. It was just the bond.
That's sweet.
So she's on tour, and her tour is called Women of the Wild. And that's her thing right now. So it's her sermon came from something like that. Being in the wild. And when she got up on that stage and she said she was coming from Revelation, I was like, I don't want to talk about it, because I don't like Revelation. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but it makes me very nervous.
It's very convicting.
Yes, it pulls you to the carpet. It makes you think about the things that you are doing, and are you ready? If Christ walked through your door right now, will he grab you by the hand and say, "You ready? Come with me"?
And then it's a lot of stuff in there too that. It's like visions.
And it talks about what's going to happen
in the last days.
Yes.
You can't even wrap your mind around it because it's a lot. It's a heavy book.
But let me tell y'all, what she put, the story that she told us, I had never seen it before. So it came from Revelations 12, and it was like 13 and 14, and it was a woman. And the woman was coming up against a dragon in this, and it was talking about how we are the soil, and everybody needs us to be able to grow. God needs, because we are always down on Eve for messing up. And so she was talking about that. But this woman was coming against this dragon, and in the middle of the battle, the dragon turned to a serpent, but Christ gave her wings, and this woman her wings, and she was able to fly above that mess. And so it was basically talking about God will give you 2 wings in order for you to fly to a higher place and get out of the wilderness. And so it was the bomb. She was the bomb. Her sister Cora was there with her. She is the bomb. I mean, it's just, you can tell she has an anointing on her. And this week has just been powerful for me. Like, just Amanda Seals, like she said some things that convicted me. She was talking about way we talk to our kids, cussing, and I'm like, I'm cussing my boys all the time, so that convicted me. And then talking, listening to Sarah, talking about women and we are the soil. And normally I'm always complaining that my husband and my boys need me. But Sarah was like, that's a blessing that they need you. You're the soil. They need you to grow. And so it made me think of, instead of making something more of a burden or thinking of it as a negative, she made me think of it as a blessing. Like, be glad that your husband and your kids need you. And so if she was the bomb, if she wrapped up her first leg of the tour, I know it was Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, and another place, and she's gonna start her second leg here soon. So if you can get tickets,
really? Is she gonna come here?
And what was so good to see was women our age. Women our age. I mean, you saw some older women too, but a lot of us are not in church the way that we could be anymore, and so it was good to see women of a younger age worshiping and being able to relate to someone like Sarah. So it was the bomb. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. That just made me think about, because I know my prayer all this week has been, let the what is it?
Meditation.
Yes, how you know that's what I was gonna say?
Because we were talking about me. I had mentioned speaking, and God is our witness.
So I was gonna say that. Meditations of of my heart and the words of my mouth be acceptable in your sight. So I've been like praying that every day, because the tongue is powerful, you know, and we say things and it can speak life or death, you know what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful of what you're saying and just what you're thinking. So that's just been my prayer. I've been just saying all week, you know, because and you know what, another thing I've been doing, I've been sitting back doing a lot of listening, and I'm just so thankful. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad I just said that, because I've been praying for that. Like, I want to be a better listener, you know, because I talk so much. So it's like I want to be a better listener, and then it's like I've been sitting back listening to people talk, and this ain't no shade on nobody, but I'm just saying, just listen to people talk, and people will like completely just lie or just tell on themselves. If you just sit back and just listen to them, just listen to them and just listen to stuff they say, you know. But yeah, so that's just been my prayer. But I know that was, like you said, just super powerful for you to see two black women, you know, that is relatable, like you said, kind of in the same age group, you know. But that's encouraging.
It is.
You know, it's super encouraging, and you know, we need to see that. You know, that's why it's so important. We was talking about this at the salon. That's why it's so important to, you know, God takes us through things so we can share our testimony. You know what I mean? So it's not to hold in or, you know, to harbor over. Like, you supposed to share your testimony.
Be a blessing in your transparency.
To somebody else. Absolutely. Because either somebody is going through it, is about to enter going through it, you know, so...
And people are watching, whether you think that they are or they're not, or you think people are watching you, they're watching you. And so, sometimes I talk to people and they think that my life is totally different than what it is. And I'll be like, girl, I just had to count quarters to put gas in my tank just like you did. And sometimes sharing that with people makes them feel a little bit more comfortable in what they're going through. And they might have thought about 5 minutes ago giving up, but hearing that I had to scrounge around and get some change out of my little cup in my car too, made them feel like, well, dang, I can keep pushing, because look, my sister over here, she's still going and smiling and laughing about it.
But that's just God.
It is.
That's I feel like that's just what God, because people always say I don't look like what I've been through, but that's just the favor of God that He puts over. And then you got strength in Him, you know what I mean? So you gonna have, when you are saved and have a relationship with Christ, you gonna have a totally different perspective on things, and how you deal with things, and you know how you look, because we all living in this world, you know, this fallen world, but just with a relationship with Christ, it can be different.
It can be.
It can be different. It can be different.
It ain't as heavy. It's heavy, but it's not as heavy. You got somebody helping you carry the
burdens. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So, on that note, we're gonna end the show. So, guys, just hang on in there with us and
like and subscribe.
Share, and subscribe. Hit us up on our social media outlets. We'll leave it down in the comment section. And our email is the Ratchet and the Righteous Show. So if it's anything you want to talk about, any questions, if maybe anything that you, because I was just going to say, it just struggling with, because I know that's a big thing too, people struggling with their, I hate to say religion, you know, because
their faith.
Yeah, just struggling with their faith. I'll say that. So, so our email is the Ratchet and the Righteous Show at gmail.com. Yeah. And
we'll be waiting to hear from y'all.
Yes.
We need mail. Come on, we want to hear from y'all.
So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you.